I don't really know what I'm hoping for, but I hope something helps.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Heartfelt Clubhouse. I am joined here today with our man of the month, and we're just going to sit and chit chat a little bit about what we have going on this upcoming month. So, Ryan, if you want to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about where you're from, what you got going on.
Obviously, it's Ryan. I'm from North Carolina. I just did my 5 years and some change, almost 6 years in the military. I just separated last 2 months ago now. So yeah, I'm found you guys on TikTok, and now here I am.
Yes, that's super exciting. Okay, so you're transitioning out of the military.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha. And how has all of that been feeling? That's a long stint in one life, and now you're stepping into kind of a new life.
Yeah, I mean, now outside it's like totally different. Like I can do pretty much whatever I want, and I'm just not used to that. Like I joined the military in high school, left immediately after I graduated. So I mean, I had part-time jobs and stuff like that, worked for my dad, but now just having the freedom is just like, I don't know, it's a lot to really just take in once you sit down and think about it. Because before, you always got to ask somebody before you can do something or do this and do that. And then, especially with COVID, it was a super strict lockdown. You weren't really supposed to go to any restaurants, anything like that. And now you can just pretty much do whatever you want. So it's a lot of power almost. I don't know how to explain it when you're used to just having that thumb on you all the time, and now you just have free range to do whatever.
Are there any resources for you as you step out of the military? Because I feel like that is such a heavy transition. I would hope that someone's kind of, offering you some guidance in that.
Yeah, so they have like a week-long class before you separate, and they give you all these different resources and stuff like that. But and then the VA, the Veterans Administration, they have all these different resources too. But it's nothing really to tell you like how to live life per se. It's kind of like they just kind of expect you to know that stuff. But I don't know. It's just like for me personally, it's just a whole lot of freedom, and it's a lot of free time and stuff like that. And it's a lot to take on, honestly, I believe.
Yeah, no, completely. I mean, any big transition like that is just so hard to adjust to, and I don't know, it's definitely, I'm sure you have a lot of growing pains in that. So you said that you found us on TikTok, and
Yeah.
then from there we kind of started a little bit of a dialogue, and you decided that you wanted to apply to be the next man of the month, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
So how did that kind of look for you? What was the draw to step into therapy at this time?
I seen that TikTok, and then I followed y'all on Instagram, and then y'all shot me that message. So it just kind of started from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, good. I'm really glad that we were able to connect. I do think that those kind of things happen for a reason, and that's kind of the point of the Heartfelt Club. Like, we're putting out all this content in hopes that it finds someone who needs it or wants it, or can reshare it for someone who will need it. So you filled out the form. We're moving along with the process. You have chosen to use the app Betterhelp.
That was one of the biggest things for me. So I actually like hate taking lendouts, and that's what I kind of feel like it was at first. And then so I was Googling like how to get it cheaper for you guys. That way you guys weren't paying stuff like that. So I got a promo code actually, and then put that in. It saved how much ever amount of money. But that was kind of the biggest thing for me. The app and downloading stuff like that was super easy. You just answer why you're here, basically, like who would you prefer to speak to, stuff like that. I finished all those questions, and then they set me up with a therapist like within minutes. Like I hadn't even left the app yet. I was trying to look around and see what else was there to do. He said you're connected to Dr. Whoever, blah blah blah, and it was super easy. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
But with regard to the, you feeling like it was a little bit of a handout, that is so not the case. It's a
yeah,
helping hand, like
I,
it, and that's hard. Like accepting help, or even like a pat on the back, can be super tough, because we as a society are kind of brought up in a way that we're not really supposed to be accepting help. But this is like the whole point. You do deserve help, and like if it's even if it's as simple as paying for your therapy or as simple as buying your coffee or something like that, that's, you deserve it and you should accept it, you know?
Yeah, it's taken me a long time, not even just this, to realize that, but everybody needs help every now and then. And I'm struggling right now money wise, coming out of the military and not not really having a job per se. Like, I'm helping my dad, I'm helping my aunt and uncle, I'm helping whoever I can, and they'll just pay me under the table. So it's kind of hard to keep that money per se, I guess you could say.
So if we can take that hurdle away for you, like that's, like, I'm stoked. Like when I got your message, I was like, fuck yeah, we're doing it, baby.
Yeah.
Now you are stepping into therapy this coming Friday.
Yes,
How are you feeling about that?
uh honestly, I don't really know. I'm nervous to a certain extent, but it's like at this point, like, I don't know. I'm more so nervous that the stigma I have personally in my head is that it's not gonna help. That's personally my main uh concern. Mm, I don't know. Like, we've spoke about it a little bit before, but in the military, I was seeking therapists and stuff like that. They have military one source that I was reaching out to a bunch of different times, and it's just, so the way it's set up there is you get 12, either 10 or 12 free sessions, and then if you use over those sessions, then you have to start paying. So it's like they just kind of drag it out until you get past those sessions, so then you have to start paying. That's the way I felt, at least. So that's like really the only experience that I have with a therapy setting. So I don't know, that's just what I have to go off of. So that's what in my head subconsciously I keep thinking. So I don't really know how I feel about it, honestly.
In real world therapy, let's just call it that.
Yeah.
um, yeah, really, there's, you know, they're not here with an agenda. They're just here to help. And like, it'll feel really good to express yourself to someone who has no, you know, idea of your military ranking or the person that you are, anything in that way. It's just like a space where this person wants to help you. So I'm sure this will go a lot more swimmingly than your previous experiences. And I really think even just you reaching out about therapy and, you know, venting a little bit in a safe space in the Heartfelt Club, I think that shows that your stigma towards it is not as strong as you think, which is awesome. And I think as a society, we are getting a lot better about that. You know, like I think, yeah, maybe it's there in the back of your mind, but I don't think it's at the forefront right now. So I think you're going to have an amazing experience, and I'm really excited for you to step into this space.
Yeah, I'd like to hope so. I hope I can at least get some tools or something to, I don't really know what I'm hoping for, but I hope something helps.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And even if it's just as simple as, you know, kind of realizing where you want to pivot with something, you know, like maybe you go in thinking you're going to get a whole big plan, you know, and your life on track in that sense, and then it turns out, oh, this is actually, I'm going to focus on this, you know, potential insecurity or something. So you'll definitely get a little roadmap. I'm not sure where it's going to take us, but I think it'll be really beneficial, and we'll be with you the whole step of the way. So if there's ever something that you don't like or you don't understand why the therapist did, hopefully we can be there to kind of alleviate some of that confusion.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, this is a really great point for us to kind of wrap up. Is there anything you want to say to our potential listeners? Maybe like a call to action or words of wisdom so far? Put you on the spot.
Yeah. I'd say just do it. Like, if you're thinking about it or it comes up on your feed like it did mine, then I mean, the worst that they can say or somebody can say is no. Like, we're helping somebody else right now. We'll get to you when we can with the payments wise, if you can't afford it, stuff like that. Because that was my biggest thing, was the payments. Um, but the worst they can say is, hey, can we keep talking this month and we'll try again next month or something like that. Just do it. Honestly, just do it. Nike.
Yes, Nike, now you have to sponsor this podcast, so thank you. Yeah, no, that's a really great point. If there's something online that you're seeing or a space that you kind of want to step into, don't be afraid. Like if someone really asks you, hey, how are you today? And they're giving you that space to vent, take that opportunity, because you are so not a burden. You're actually creating a space to develop a stronger relationship and or get the help that you really need. So if you feel the urge, like you said, Nike, just do it, act
Exactly.
on it, and hopefully that will provide you a safer space to step into therapy today.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you so much to our man of the month. Y'all should be super fucking proud of him. You should be super proud of yourself. This is huge. And yeah, thank you for joining us in the Heartfelt Clubhouse. We will talk again soon, and go out there and be more heartfelt.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
As always, if you or someone you know is in crisis, to speak with someone immediately, contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-2855. That's 1-800-273-TALK. Contact Lifeline Crisis Chat or contact the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, at 1-800-950-6264, or text NAMI, NAMI, to 741741. Thank you, and don't forget to be more heartfelt.